Hello champions and trainers, Larry. Now, I don't know if you know this about me, but I love shiny Pokemon. I live for those different colored pixels on the screen. And over the years, Pokemon, Game Freak, the Gods, whoever they may be, have come up with some really, really great ones by most people's standards. As well as some really not so great ones. Again, by most people's standards. I've seen a lot of videos talking about turning these quote-unquote bad shinies into good ones, and hell, I may or may not even be working on one of those very videos myself. But, two T's, I have yet to see a video of someone turning those good shinies bad. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not the web police, I haven't seen every shiny Pokemon transformation video on the internet, so I'm not saying no one's done it, I'm just saying I haven't seen it. So challenge accepted. Here are the rules. Number 1, use the best shinies from one specific list. Since good and bad is so subjective, I figured I would do the most fair and most logical thing that any scholar in my position would do. Google search best shiny Pokemon ever and click on the very first one that pops up. Aha, we've found the list. Number 2, I can't just turn the normal versions into a slightly different color and call it a bad shiny, as that's a cop-out, even for me. Looking at you, Gengar 3. I can't really think of a third rule, but it just feels right for there to be 3. So let's say that the third rule is that I have to remake these shinies each in under 5 minutes or less. Okay, let's go. Who's up first on the list? Eevee. Okay, honestly, I wasn't really expecting Eevee to be on this list at all. One of the evolutions, sure, makes sense. But Eevee? One of the best shiny Pokemon of all time? Did I read that right? Okay, well, let's do this. So the first thing that comes to my mind with this ghostly Eevee is turning it into one of those white, red-eyed rabbits. I don't know what they're called or what kind of rabbit they are, and I think it could possibly take Eevee from a cute to creepy vibe none of us knew we didn't wanted. English. Honestly, I'm not sure if I made this one worse or better, but we have to start somewhere, right? Okay, Chandelure. A heavy hitter for sure. I think it makes sense for it to be, if not on a top 15 list, within a Roggenrolla's throw of a top 15 list. That blue fire turning the color of red fire, my caveman brain is like, ooh, fire. Now, the question is, how do we turn this one bad? I did struggle with this one as well and exactly what it would mean for this one to be bad. Basically, I just ended up adding a little bit of rust to it and then turning the flames from that nice red color into a interesting green. I don't think that it's the best, worst shiny Pokemon that I could have made, but I do think that it fits the rules. Okay, on to the next one. And if you're enjoying the video, I just want to take a second to remind you to like and subscribe for more Pokemon content. All right, now back to the video. Cresselia. Okay, another one that I'm personally surprised to find on this list, and definitely not one that I would have added myself, as personally, I think that the normal looks better than the shiny, which is unfortunate. And unfortunately for it as well, we will have to try to make it look even worse. I think we should start by taking that beautiful gold croissant on its head and making it silver. Okay. And now let's take that big blue frill thing in the back and turn it into a clashing reddish pink color. Voila! Even uglier than before. Moving on. Kyogre. Now this one hurts. Kyogre is an amazing shiny, a true god among men, and I really have a hard time even allowing my brain to toy with the idea of ruining this beautiful beast. And then it came to me. The dreaded poop green color that Game Freak loves making shiny Pokemon. I shall slap it on him, but truly, can I recreate this poop green? In the end, the answer was not in the minutes that I had, and I ended up with this. Still looks pretty trash compared to the pink boy in my opinion, but let's move on. Oh, speak of the shit. This is the exact color that I'm talking about. Up next on the chopping block, we find ourselves a Dragonite. To be honest, I don't know how he managed to worm his little way onto this list, and at the 11th spot nonetheless. Regardless, Dragonite is one of those poopy green shinies I don't typically like, and considering it came from the line of some of the best shinies ever in my opinion, I thought it was just gonna keep getting better from Dragonair. And then, well, then we got this. Really unsure how I could possibly make this worse, but you know, I guess it is one of the best shinies ever. Shiny Dragonite lovers, please don't hate me. And blam, a little more smog, a little more brown on the wings. Blech, let's just move on. Groudon, buddy. I have no idea how you ended up only beating Dragonite by 1 in a best shiny Pokemon ever list. The world is cruel, sweet baby. And now we must make it even crueler. How to make this shiny worse? How about we turn him a sort of chocolatey brown? I feel like that could really make him blend in more with the floor and maybe even look just like a giant rock. And it'll also help him look closer to the normal without breaking the rules of the challenge, of course. And voila! Groudon shiny is now worse. Palossand. When it comes to Palossand, I think most people can agree that it has a pretty great shiny. This one was pretty easy for me to make worse, because I kind of just picked a color scheme close enough to black that's not black, but to me, it's clear that the original shiny is better. What do you think? Oh, wow, Altaria. I can't believe we find ourselves in this position. You, looking as majestic as ever, might I add, and, me, about to ruin it all. I was racking my brain, at a loss on how to make this beautiful creature worse. What color? What color? What color? And then it came to me. No color. The lack of color. The lack of color is the best color to make this best shit worse. Worst. Worse? Worst. Worst. Worse. Ponyta. Is anyone surprised to find this on a list of best shinies? I'm sure as hell not. And yeah, they might have given it away as a guaranteed freebie in a really popular Pokemon game that I have yet to play. Arceus. Or Arceus, for those cultured ones. I think it's well deserving of its middle spot on this list. And now to destroy it. It's the main. It's all in the main. It has to be. That is what must change. But what color makes it worse? Again, totally subjective, and I may or may not even necessarily agree, but I'm too far and too many bent rules into this challenge to give up now. Here you go. Worst shiny Ponyta, strange yellow, browny, green color. Perfect. I'm just as upset as you are, trust me. Let's just move on. Rayquaza. Rayquaza. So, yeah, this was also a really hard one to do quickly. Procreate doesn't exactly work the best for these black shinies. I don't know. Let's make him look like he went through a sandstorm and change the color a little bit. Ugh, blech, gross. Next, Guzzlord. Now that is a good shiny. Wow, I really like this one and could totally see myself putting it on my own top shiny Pokemon of all time list. Guzzy, let's make you look worse, babe. Now, I know this one isn't the biggest change, but I do think it's enough of a change not to break my made-up arbitrary rules. And I do think I definitely made it look worse, as the contrast between the orange and blue in the original shiny really pops in a way for me that our downgrade is appropriately lacking. You know, just art tings. Lucario, not only on a list of best shiny Pokemon, but also on many people's lists of favorite Pokemon of all time in general. Turning Lucario into this green color is enough for me to call it a day and call it worse than the beautiful, beautiful yellow that it was. The time has come, champions. Trainers. Larry? Larry? God, why are you still here? I thought you had to go work one of those multiple jobs Geeta has you doing. Sorry about that. Anyway, we've come to the point in the best shiny Pokemon of all time list where it's Charizard's time to shine. Another fan favorite shiny and Pokemon in general to upset people by ruining, or to upset people by saying we're going to ruin and then not ruining enough. Okay, anyways, Charizard, let's go. Poor Charizard. We've turned you into a pitiful Dragonite cosplay, and that, my friends, is just sad. Coming in at the number 2 spot somehow is Gyarados, and while I do agree that it's a great shiny, number 2? I'm not convinced, but okay, I think we can work with this. Let's make him a Trashmon. We found ourselves again in this strange browny yellow-green territory for this Gyarados, and it just feels so sickly, it might be perfect. Alright, this is it, Larry. Wait, Larry? How the hell did you get back in here? No, I can't listen to the Elite Four T right now. I'm trying to finish this last Pokemon so we can end the video. No, Larry, I don't care how hot the tea is. I'm busy. Huh? What did you say? Rika has Riz? What is that, Larry? A fucking disease? You better not have caught that too. God. I'm too old for this shit, Larry. I have to get back to my different colored pixels in this children's game. We're wasting these good people's time. Anyways, sorry about that. The #1 best shiny Pokemon of all time, according to the first result on Google that isn't exclusively talking about Pokemon Go, is Haxorus. Pew, pew, pew. Confetti, confetti. What was that? You're confused? Yeah, me too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Haxorus shiny too, but #1 of all time? Like ever? Haxorus? Oh, sorry, wait. You said you weren't confused? Oh, you totally understand? It's common knowledge? What? You wrote this list? You're suing me for not liking your #1 choice of best shiny Pokemon of all time? Okay, that bit went on a little too long. Let's just shit this numero uno up and get back to Larry. Okay, so Haxorus ended up kind of floppy, but I guess it's fitting for making a shiny worse. I started with the idea to make him American Haxorus down to his red, white, and blue colors because I thought it would be jokes. And then honestly, when I got down to changing the, whatever the hell those blade things on his face are, I changed one of them to blue, and the other one was still red, and, I thought it looked super freaking cool, but oh no! Time is winding down. This is a make the shiny worse challenge, not make it a totally different, random, kinda shit, kinda cool shiny. What do I do? Oh, I know. Throw a random color in there to mix it up. Green! Green faceblade thingies. Finally, the list is complete. The best shiny Pokemon, according to the very first result on Google, made worse. If you made it this far to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me which shiny was the worst. Subscribe for more Pokemon content and let me know what videos you want to see in the future. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!